You like desire being born within you. You like the idea of a desire percolating somewhere within you even before it is manifested in terms of actualization. You like that calling of desire. Do you like the contrast that provides it? Not so much. But you accept that desire is essential to eternal expansion, yes? Well then, you know a great deal if you know that. If you know that desire is the summoning to your leading edge physical, furthest out on the leading edge of creation perspective. If you know that desire that burns within you here is the summoning of expansion, then if you really know that, you're more willing to put up with everything that brings that about. And without contrast, you could not come to new conclusions. It's just that simple. If you don't know what you do not want, you cannot know what you do want. And everything about your experience is relational. And by that we mean when life causes you to want something beyond what you have, a new point or perspective has been established. And it isn't just that the new desire has been established. That's not why it feels so powerful within you. It's that when the new idea is born within you, when life lets you know you don't want that, therefore you do want that, no matter what the degree of that decision or determination or desire or preference is, when that happens, the source energy part of you gives such clear and focused, truly undivided attention to that new request that a new vantage point, you could say a new vibrational vantage point, a new vibrational vantage point is activated within you, and a comparison of vibrational attitudes or beingness happens immediately. That's what your emotions are. Your emotions are your indicator of the vibration that is activated within you, standing in your human form because of what you're giving your attention to, and the vibration of the larger part of you, which is completely activated around your newfound, newly amended request. This is such an important thing to understand, because if you can just leave this gathering saying to yourself, well, everything is relative, and within me, I have two vibrational vantage points that are playing against or off or in comparison to one another at all times. If you will just leave knowing only that, you will have activated a conscious awareness of the most important thing that you have, which is your guidance about how you are aligning or not with the broader part of you. Oh, we can tell you the long story of you. You were source energy before you came forth into this body. And to many of you, you say, I really don't want to talk about that part of me because it's in the past. And if it was that important, don't you think I would have remembered it anyway? And we say, well, it's really important because it is the basis of that which you were and are, that non-physical vantage point. But you're right in wanting to know what you're about here and now, because you did come forth into this leading edge time-space reality, intending to mix it up and figure things out and come to conclusions from this vantage point about what you would prefer from where you stand. So all day, every day, as you're living life and coming to those new conclusions, if you don't have enough money, you want more. If your body's hurting, you want it to feel better. If you're sick in some way, you want wellness. If you have something that you don't want, you want the absence of it. In other words, you are always sifting and sorting and coming to conclusions. You can't be in any space without having an awareness of what would make it just a little better. And the reason you can't is because you are oriented for expansion. We all are. It is the nature of eternity. It is the nature of eternal beings. We're always looking for the next improved place that we are going. And future generations will be appreciative of that which you are about, just as we think it would be of your advantage to be appreciative of those who have gone before, because when you were born into this platform that you call life on planet Earth, it stood in its stable place when you got here because of all that had been lived upon it before, and because of all of the attention to it. Everything is thought before it becomes manifestation. So when we tell you the story of creation, of how you are source energy before you come into this body, but even when you are in this body, you still remain the larger part of you source energy, that is the story of who you are. That's the source or the resources of that energy or consciousness that is you. So you come forth into this personality, and you know what you don't want, and you know what you do want all day, every day. You're coming to clear, defining points of interest of who you are and what you want. And whenever you ask for anything, which is all day, every day, this vibrational request, you are more vibrational than you are anything else. This vibrational request emanates from you, and the larger non-physical part of you becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you've asked for. So it would be absolutely accurate to say that in the midst of things that you like the least, you are doing some of your best creating because you are doing your most clear, poignant, perfect asking. And the larger non-physical part of you then becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you have asked for. If you could understand the vibrational creation of this planet and of all things, you would be thrilled when contrast causes you to ask, because you would know that that asking has caused the vibrational creation of what you are wanting. When you're sick, you ask for wellness, and vibrationally speaking, you become weller than you were before you were sick, because the sickness has caused you to ask with more poignancy, with more precision, about the wellness that you want. And vibrationally speaking, you become weller. Now, many of you say, well, whoop-de-doo about that. Vibrationally speaking is vibrationally speaking, and what about the physical part of it catching up with it? And we say, well, that's your job. Many say, Abraham, I don't want to talk about this vibrational reality that you keep crowing about. I know, I've been listening to you for a while. There is a veritable fortune lined up for me vibrationally, but it's not paying my rent yet, and I'm sort of sick of hearing about it. I'm tired of hearing about the vibrational reality. I want the vibrational reality to be converted to something I can spend or sleep with. And we want to say to you that if you would just feel more exhilarated about the existence of this vibrational reality, and you would look in the direction of the vibrational reality, which means of what you want, and you would begin talking about why you want it, and you would learn to define it and become a vibrational match to it, then it must be your physical reality. And the only thing that ever keeps you from living fully the vibrational reality that you have long created is that most of you, stay hung up in the awareness of what is. You keep explaining why you want to be well because you're sick, why you want that lover because you don't have one, why you want more money because you don't have enough. So the dominant active vibration, often when you don't mean for it to be, is about the reason that you want it, but not about wanting it. A fresh, pure desire, which is what the source within you knows, a fresh, pure desire feels like exhilaration. It feels like interest and passion. It feels like, wouldn't this be fun, or isn't this nice, or don't I really like to think about this? It feels like the culmination of what you're asking for. It never feels like the absence. Wanting never feels like the absence of what you want. Wanting and desire in its purest form is the epitome of a life-giving, frisky moment. So if you're feeling disappointed, you're not frisky. If you're feeling disappointed, you're not a match to what's in your vibrational reality. You're a match to the absence of what's in your vibrational reality, which will hold you as long as you remain a match to the absence of what you want, away from what you want. So we want to paint a picture for you that you can really get your thoughts around, because if you can understand this, your physical experience and the time from which you ask for something and it comes into full manifestation will become a very short period of time. It's not necessary for you to suffer for long periods of time in the absence of things you want. The things you want should come to you quickly. They should. And in the vibrational world, it is an instant manifestation. When you ask for it, the source within you becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you've asked for. You just have some catching up to do. The best way of saying it is, life caused you to become more, and the larger part of you has already become it. What's the rest of you doing? And you say, over here complaining about it not happening yet, over here trying to figure out what I've done wrong, over here feeling irritated that they've got it and I don't, over here irritated that life doesn't seem fair and that I've worked really hard and that things should be going better for me. I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough. They're squandering it over there. They're mismanaging it over there. They're not taking care of business over there. And we say, it doesn't matter what excuse you're using to make yourself feel negative emotion. It doesn't matter what reality you're facing. It doesn't matter how real it is. We're not saying you're making it up. In most cases, you are historically and authentically accurate. But when you give your attention to the absence of what you want, when you let current reality be the truth-based reason for focusing, that's what you say to us. Well, it's true. Shouldn't I give my attention to it? And we say, yes, if you want it to remain exactly as it is. Well, doesn't truth count for anything? Yeah, it counts for somebody having given attention to something long enough that it became a reality. If you like it, jump on board. But if you don't like it, give your attention to something else. Use as your criteria for why you focus where you focus. Let your criteria be, how does it feel when I give my attention to it? Because if you find something that feels interesting when you focus upon it, which feels life-giving, which gives you a feeling of elation, when you start training yourself toward those things that feel really good, what's happening is you're training yourself into vibrational alignment with what you have already created that's in your vibrational escrow. And then life must get better for you. Here's how it works. You came forth from non-physical into the physical, a part of you. The larger part of you remained non-physically focused. You came forth into this physical body, and contrast causes you to know what you don't want and to ask for what you do want, whether you speak words about it or not. Every time you ask, the source energy part of you gives undivided attention to what you've asked for. Now, law of attraction is responding to every vibration that exists. And vibrations happen because attention is given. The vibration is about consciousness. So, law of attraction is responding to two vibrational aspects of you. The vibrational aspect of you in your human form and the vibrational aspect of you in your non-physical form. When you ask for something, the larger part of you gives undivided attention to what you've asked for, and now law of attraction is responding to this request. Now, it's important for you to understand that law of attraction has been responding to that request. Law of attraction has been responding to who you were before you were born and who you've become ever since. And everything that you ask for, source energy becomes a vibrational match to. So think about law of attraction's response to that very large vibrational offering. And as a result of law of attraction responding to this request, there is a vortex of creation, a vortex of attraction, where all things necessary to give you the fulfilled, manifested version of what you've asked for, all things necessary, all cooperative components are drawn to this vibrational vortex. If you could see it and know it as we do, you would never again worry about anything. If you could stand back and see what the billions of people on your planet today and all of those before have been living and therefore asking for, and you could view the vortex of mass consciousness, you would not worry about future experience. You would know the well-being, the utter well-being that is in place and coming even more into place. So here's this vortex of attraction, and it's huge. It is huge and powerful. And everything, all the things that you've asked for, the money, the clarity, the stability, the vitality, the harmony, all the things that you've been asking for from your discordant, comparative, contrasting experience, all of that is attracted. It's all there. It's all done. You know what's missing? You. Not always. But you are the only possible missing component. In other words, everything you want. You have created this expanded, ever-amended version of you, which is vibrationally culminated at all times, and the power of law of attraction makes sure that that is so. But if you're over here saying, where is it? Then you're holding yourself vibrationally apart, and that tension of not going is what negative emotion is. When you're feeling joy, you're in the vortex. That's what that feeling of passion is. When you're feeling hope, you're close to the vortex. When you're frustrated, you're not in the vortex. When you're angry, you're not in the vortex. When you are feeling fear, you're really not in the vortex. In other words, you can tell by the way you feel what your proximity to this vortex is. And we want to say to you, if this vortex that is largely you were not spinning and attracting, then your not going wouldn't bother you. It's only bothering you because it is your creation and you're the only holdout. When you ask for improved life and the entire universe goes to work on creating an improved life, and you choose, instead of looking for positive aspects to beat the drum of what's gone wrong, you don't go to something that you've created, and that's why you feel worse.